for the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we, and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP. Positive thinking people. Good evening. Welcome. You know something, I got to find me another intro way of saying hello to you, everybody. Because I come on and it sounds like it's the same routine, same thing. But anyway, I'm always excited. I come to you with love, respect, and nothing but the truth. That's what we do. So, it's Let's Talk About It Wednesday. Here we are, PTP, People to People, Power to Power, Positive Thinking People. Guess what? We back. We coming back strong. We coming back with a lot of powerful information, different interviews with different people. You know, we could be all up on the celebrity level. That's fine. But celebrities have got issues right now we ain't trying to be involved in. So it's getting ready to come down crashing on a lot of people. But I got a young lady in here that's a celebrity anyway, on a whole different level. So let me tell you something. You're going to love this conversation because this is all about helping people and doing things for the community. And this is what this lady do. So without further ado, let me introduce Miss Delicia.
Yeah.
How you doing, sweetheart?
How you doing?
I am so excited to see you.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm very blessed to be here.
Well, you know what? Because you got that soft, pretty voice, I'm going to make sure that I pull this up so that people can really, really hear you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. But so first of all, what I want you to do is tell them a little bit about you and what do you do.
Okay, well, I work for Maryland Reentry Resource Center. I'm a client case support manager and I'm in charge of affordable housing for the community. My office is based in Annapolis, Maryland. And to be honest, housing people has always been a way of life for me. I just want to help the community. I don't think anybody should be homeless at all. So if there's anyone who needs housing, needs affordable housing, I'm your girl. So you can email me at delicia@mdrrc.org, and I'll be very, very happy to help you.
Well, first of all, I wanted to say thank you for being my guest coming in to the studio.
You're welcome.
It's not my first time working with you. You're a doll baby. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
So one of the things that I'm really focusing on is things that we can do for the community and help people. And so that's something I know that you do on a regular. And you got your hands in more than just one thing.
Yes.
So
yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the other things that you do?
Oh, wow. It's a whole bunch of things. So I'm a hairstylist for 35 years. I've been doing hair for celebrities. I've done hair for many, many people. One good thing I love to tell people about my career for hair is I've never advertised. It's all been word of mouth, and that's the best advertisement ever. So I've been very successful in the cosmetology industry, and I'm still doing that. I work on movie sets. I work for Octech Productions. I work in the art department. I work in the hair department. I do a couple of things. Production assistant, just wherever I'm needed. That's one of my passions is to create art. And I have a nonprofit of my own called Vet. We deal with the veterans, returning veterans. We help them find housing and try to alleviate their barriers of reentering into society. I have a donation boutique at the Good Fight, where we just distribute clothes to people in need. The community is my love. It's my love. It's everything to me, and I just wish that the community could be more loving, caring, and open to help, less judgmental. So I try to be that witness for God, to show people that this is how it's actually done. If you spend more time helping the people, then you spend less time judging the people.
Oh, I like that. So spend less time, but spend more time helping people and less time judging them.
Yeah.
So, that's one of the things that I probably do, and I'm just something that I enjoy doing is helping people.
Mm.
Probably that's really how we kind of met
Yeah.
in that arena of helping people.
Yeah.
And so, what I would like to do is just ask you a few questions. When you talk about what you do for affordable housing,
Mm.
okay, so is this just for anybody? Can anybody come, or is it
Anybody.
so when you say reentry,
Hmm.
explain to me what that means.
Reentry is just alleviating all the barriers of reentering into society. My focus is returning citizens. That's what we mainly focus on. However, we will work with anyone who's reentering from anything. It could
Okay.
be just a setback in life, or it could be, in prison for a period of time, or, you just need another start. You just need a clean slate. And that's what Maryland Reentry provides, a clean slate. And we make connections with all kinds of partnerships. That's one of my specialties. I do really well with forming partnerships for Maryland Reentry. We deal with the Annapolis Police Department very close. We help place people in protective housing for the state's attorney's office. We do so many things, and my focus is just forming partnerships with developers, homeowners, anyone that wants to be a part of our mission. We make it structured so that a lot of landlords don't have a lot of headache, because I do a lot of the managing of the property. I make sure that things are the way they give it to you. And I just know that when you put your investment into property, you want it to be taken care of. And that's a lot of the scary parts about landlords doing what we do. They want to help, but they don't want their stuff destroyed. So my thing is, if I just get in the way of the landlord tenant thing, and they have to deal with me, and it's usually an easier process for everyone. And we have a program with Maryland Reentry. We just launched it. We have a house on 8 Bate Street in Annapolis. We work with giving someone a second chance. So we give you up to 6 months free rent. This gives you an opportunity to find a stable employment, save some money, take money and take care of your legal issues, your child support, whatever you got to do. Because we know that if we take that away, then when you get started again, then you'll be able to start on a fresh slate.
Right.
You don't have the back stuff, the old stuff that's keeping you bondage.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I like to alleviate is bondage. I don't think anybody should be in any kind of bondage.
I find that to be very, very fascinating, and I think that a lot of people really need to know that it's still hope for individuals who
Absolutely.
return into society, and we talking about individuals being incarcerated who will come home and have the intent to do well, and they
Mm-hmm.
can come home and be put in a housing situation where they don't have to worry about rent for 6 months.
Yeah, up to 6 months. I'll put you in there. I'll give you an opportunity. I help put you in job placement. I help you with furthering your education, whatever it takes to get you back on track. I believe everyone deserves hope. Everyone deserves grace, and everyone deserves forgiveness.
Yeah.
So my thing is to show people that this is what happens when you give someone a chance.
Yeah.
And I very privileged to have very good parents, and they gave me so much support. So much support that I don't really know what it's like to not have it.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see someone that don't have support, it just cries out. I just don't know what I would do if I didn't have my mom and my dad and them to pick me up when I fell down. And I guess some people look at that as spoiling your child, but I believe is setting a child up to show them what happens when you work hard, when you support your children, you give them a fresh start, and then they can do what they need to do, which is why I do what I do. So all of my clients are my children. I feel like I'm their mother. They Mama D, Miss D. I'm Miss D. I'm just Miss D. They say my name more than they call on Jesus, I say sometimes. But at least I know that they got someone in their corner, someone to say, I believe in you. I got you. I don't care what the people say. God don't say that about you.
Right, right. I love that. And so, again, this is for individuals not just individuals who's been incarcerated, but we
No.
talking about, say if it was somebody in a bad situation, they got evicted from their location,
Yeah.
but it was due to, because I know several people who've had some instance where you got bad landlords. You got some landlords who really would take advantage of your kindness, your situation, and put you in the street.
Wow.
And actually, I was one of those individuals who was in
Wow.
a situation like that,
Wow.
where was treated really bad. Except that I had God in my life, and I had some grounds to just kind of maneuver around to bounce back very quickly. But I say that to say that you know how some people say, "Oh, it can't happen to me. It won't happen to me." Don't ever say that. You can't ever say that it won't happen to you,
Yeah.
because so many things that I've experienced in this year alone has let me know that I can be exposed to any and everything.
Any and everything. I believe that it's all about how you go through the storm.
Yeah.
It's all about how you show up. God looks at how we show up. He looks at we're going to get hopeless and depressed and defeated and just all kinds of things because he's supposed to save us. He gave us a promise. He said, I will take care of all your needs, which means that all your needs. It's not just part of your needs. And we all know that God will always take care of us. We should know. And I think that just going through so much that I've gone through and seeing so many people just go through, almost the same thing. And I see how having faith, believing, knowing, trusting, and I see how that's brought me through. But then I see when you don't have it and what it does. I've seen, people just lose it. And I'm like, no, all good things work for the good.
Yeah.
All things work together for even this is going to work together for your good. Actually, I went through a situation last week about housing. I had a situation, a client of mine needed immediate housing. And I set it all up with the property owner and I got them ready to move in. They were supposed to move in October 1st. And she folded on Friday. Yeah. And these people were getting evicted. They had to leave by a certain date and they had to be in something by the 1st because they have kids. You know what I mean? So when I tell you, I worked tirelessly to form a relationship with someone in housing and it blessed me so much. So I ended up finding someone that trusted me. Didn't look at anything didn't look at anything. They just looked at me, looked at my spirit. And they said, you know what? I want to help you. I have a house. Beautiful house, much better than the one was before.
Oh, come on now. That's God.
Much better than the one was before. And he said, you know what? Just because I love you, I have 30 properties. And you could do whatever you need to do with them. 30. I went from 1 to 30.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is what happens because when we go through a storm, we always lose that faith. And I know when that email came through and said that I'm not going to do this venture at this point in time, I had nothing but a mustard seed of faith. And I went in my boss's office and I just lost it. And I was like, I only have a mustard seed. And she said, that's all you need. And she didn't pay me no mind after that. She said, going back to work. And I said, you know what, God, I got you. And so happened it was an angel in my office, one of my church sisters, and she was in the midst of getting something for her, from one of her siblings. And she said, let's break out in prayer. We broke out in prayer, and before you know it, all the storm clouds rose, and next thing you know, I got that phone call. And I've had a positive relationship already.
Yeah. And sometimes when I'm in situations, I try not to make it about, I don't want this to sound like a religious program, right?
Right.
But you got to follow me on this.
Right.
See, I understand God's work. He always have a ram in the bush. And even for myself is something that just took place that was phenomenal. And I was in a little situation, and just God had a ram in the bush that just stepped out a few days ago, and literally did something that was so unexpected that this person don't realize what they did. They had, it's no way they could. That was nothing but God.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when I'm on a program, I have to take the time to give him his glory and praise and just say, I thank you, Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord. I give you glory and praise, regardless of what anybody think or how they look at it.
Yeah.
I still have to give him the glory and praise. And I want to say, when you said that, I thought about what happened to me just a few days ago. I was like, man, this is amazing how God just come through. It just unexpectedly.
Yeah, right on time.
So just a little bit about you.
Yeah.
So coming up, did you said your mom and dad. So you wanting to help people. Where did that come from? Is that something from a struggle, or is that because you're just a nice person?
I think it's because I'm a nice person. Because when my parents struggled, I wasn't even born, so I don't even know about that part. Now my siblings tell me all about it, but when I came along, everything was good. So we never struggled. But my grandmother on my mother's side was always opening her home to people, and my aunt on my mother's side was always opening her home to people. We could come over anytime and somebody's there. Somebody's laying in the other room, or she's helping someone with housing. So I think it just came in me. It never ever, I never worried about other people sharing my house because I've always been around it in my mother's side. Now my father's side is a little skittish about sharing their house with other people and all this stuff. They got a little fear going on, but I have no fear. I had no fear. I believe God will cover everything I do. So I had my own transitional house where I have 5 tenants living in my house. It's a duplex, but I still have people living in my house, and I have no problem with it. And I have visitors that come sometimes say, oh, because there's one tenant on my floor. You share the same kitchen and the bath. Absolutely. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? If you have an empty room in your house and you're not doing anything with it, why not house someone? Yeah. That's how I see it.
But I like what you said when you was talking about how it was coming up.
Yeah.
One reason why I do a lot of what I do, and that's because of my grandmother. My grandmother, Louise Shepherd, Old Town Alexandria, amazing woman. She taught so many people so many things, but she was a community activist on a daily basis, and she always did things to help some people. And so I'm just like off her tree.
Yeah.
I'm a apple that fell off the tree that didn't fall too far from it.
It did fall too far.
Yes, but and that's where a lot of times I've been told many times, Rodney, you can't save the world. But I don't try to save the world, but I try to save somebody, and I try to help somebody.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I know we're in trying times right now. So what I would like for you to do is look at that camera right there,
Yes.
and I want you to tell somebody who's struggling how to, if they really need to get in touch with you, or if you know some counselors or something, but just some advice to somebody that maybe.
Absolutely. Anyone out there who needs any help, please call me. My number is 301-821-1100. I need you to call me if you have any mental health struggles, any financial struggles, any help, any housing struggles, any support struggles, whatever you have. Just please reach out to us at Maryland Reentry. We will help you with anything that you need. We help you build your resumes. We help you find jobs. We help you get training. We will do anything and everything it is to get you set back on track. We don't judge anyone. Any situation we will take, and we will nurture, and we will help you. Just don't be afraid to come out and just take care of yourself. Always take care of yourself. You're only as good as you take care of yourself. Mental health, big deal. Please take that very seriously. You can always get help. There's so many resources out here, and I'm here to direct you to them. And there's a whole beautiful team, a purpose-driven team, a God-given team of women and men that I work with, and we are right there waiting for you. So please give us a call, give us an email, a text. You need housing. We take Section 8 vouchers. We do it all. So just let me know what I can do for you, and I got you.
Well, that's the other thing that I can honestly say. Now, this is what's happening. And I say to many, many people too, don't put yourself in a situation where you let your pride become an issue.
Mm-mm.
You have to reach out and ask for help. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
But I help a lot of people. And
Mm-hmm.
so, it's like this. You may think that you're struggling, but it's somebody struggling a little worse than you.
Yeah.
But you also got people out there that has a lot of resources
A
that don't,
lot of
yeah,
resources.
a lot of
And you
resources
just
to
don't
help.
know how to get there.
Yeah,
But that's what we are here for.
yeah,
We help you find those resources. It's so easy to help you find resources when we do all day is research resources, stuff that other people don't have time to
exactly.
do.
What I would like to also, because I know you personally, I want to put this out there. We are looking for individuals who might want to come in to learn how to do production, learn how to work the cameras and things of that nature. So if you find an individual who's in that area who wants to be tutored in learning, they're more than welcome to come to the People to People podcast to get some skills.
Yeah.
I say that to say because a lot of times we got a lot of people just don't have no way to get extra exposure to new things.
Right.
So here, people to people, and that's anybody that's out there that if you got a child or you got a friend, somebody that's really taking it serious, not to come in and cause any havoc, not to come in and try to take advantage of the situation. If you're just serious about trying to do something to help other people and to get out here and have some exposure, you can definitely come to People to People. Or Delicia, she already gave you her number. I can
Yes.
tell you for real, this woman is like, she's sincere about what she does because just in the little bit of time I known you, your spirit is like, it is amazing. You're a
Thank
sweetheart.
you.
You're a sweetheart.
Thank you.
And if we had so many people like you,
Ah,
we would have a lot of people really doing very well. And I say that because I know other things that I won't put out there, but I know other things that you have done to help
yes.
other people move forward.
Yeah.
So you're definitely one of God's children that is out blessing other people.
Thank you.
I just think that a lot of times people maybe be a little embarrassed and or they just feel like nobody care. But
Yeah.
it's a lot of us out here that does.
Yeah.
And I say this with the program. I do the podcast not because I need no recognition, not because
Mm-hmm.
I it's not even about money.
Mm-hmm.
It's about just doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow or another, you can't even imagine my struggles that I have.
Mm.
Okay, but I come and God keep telling me, He say, don't give up, Rodney. Don't give
Mm-hmm.
up because you're gonna bless somebody. You're gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
blessing for someone. And many of my associates, some of my friends, have
Mm-hmm.
reached out to me and they've told me how proud they are of me because of what I do. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't realize is this: I do what I do because of them.
Yeah.
See, it's not just me;
It's not.
it's us.
Yeah.
It's people like you that
Yeah.
motivate me to be a better person.
Oh.
And I just, want to move forward. I can't wait till I'm in a position somehow or another to be a real strong blessing that will be able to expand somebody's life
Mm-hmm.
on a level. I said, if I ever became a millionaire, right,
Yeah.
I was going to walk up to one person who I could suspect is struggling
Mm.
and ask them, say, what is your day like today?
Mm.
And for them to, wait for them to tell me, say, man, it's rough, male or female. And say, ask them, do you believe in God? Do you believe in
Mm.
Yah? Do you believe in a higher being?
Mm.
And hear what they say. I would love for them to tell me, yes, I do, with all my heart.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell them at that moment, say, you know what? You're going to be blessed today.
Yeah.
And take them and turn their life around.
My God.
That would be something that's on my bucket list.
Ah.
That something that I would love to do, to just
Yeah.
be able to come out and help somebody, to be able to here be in a storm and all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden I'd be like the sunshine.
Swoop them up.
And it's not so much
Yeah.
for credibility, but it's important.
Yeah.
So what I want you to do again, look into that camera, repeat
Yes.
that number for them to be able
Okay.
to get in touch with you.
Okay. 301-821-1100. Or you can email me at delicia@mdrrc.org. Or you come visit my office at 77 West Street, Annapolis, Maryland, Suite 110. I'll be glad to help you. I'm usually taking personal appointments on Monday. So if you want something, you want to be discreet, you want to keep it private, definitely reach out to me. I'll give you a personal appointment. Just you be you and I. We'll be working out your life plan. We'll be doing whatever you need to be done. And we no judgment, no judgment. All it is love, understanding, and peace when you get it done. So just reach out to me, or you could just do a drop-in day. Now it's a little crazy on drop-in day, but if you want to dare to come in on drop-in day, I'm always there. So just give me a call, give me an email, text, whatever you feel preferable with, and I'll take care of you.
And that number one more time.
301-821-1100.
You know why? This is me now. When I give a phone number, I try to say it 2 or 3 times because people like me, I'll either write it down wrong or didn't write it down fast enough.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
outside of that, so if you were blessed in a situation per se to expand what you do, not saying that it's struggling, what would be one of the things that you would want to do to change your surrounding to be able to do more?
Well, I think I'm already there. I did, like I told you, I did make a very big partnership with a very, very wealthy developer.
Okay.
So I can pretty much house anyone right now, which is my life's dream.
Oh my goodness.
It's my life's dream, and it's something I pray for. I ask God to expand my territory, and He expanded it exceedingly and abundantly.
Okay.
And now I have the freedom to do whatever He needs me to do with His people. And I do know that I put myself out there with God. I say, use me in any way you see fit. And this is where how He's using me. So I'm just going with the waves, and I think I'm already there. It's always ways to do better. You know, of course we can ask for more money, more this, more that. But I think I'm okay right where I am, and I'm just going to enjoy the journey and get ready for the next big thing, because there's always something bigger. God has always got something bigger. But while I'm in this season, I'm just going to train and learn so I can be ready for the next one.
Yeah. I that's even me myself. I sit back and I be saying, okay, what is it that, or what would I do? Again, it's all about us just having opportunity to have a brighter day for the next
brighter day.
You know,
you can start your day over at any time of the day.
Yeah.
You can have a bad day at 10 o'clock and start over at 10:01. It's just that easy.
I like
It's
that.
just that easy. You
I
can
like
start
that.
over anytime. You don't have to let bad things just stay with you. You can let it go because you can't change it.
So check this out, and so I want to put something out there. So I like what you just said, and you know that's just something that took place with you, between you and I, that it's going to be just what you said. So when we were talking about that, and I was doing the flyer, and so you gave me the information.
Yeah.
I ended up putting the wrong information, or even though the way that I got it is relevant, but it wasn't what it was really supposed to be.
Yeah.
So when I told you, you said, Rodney, come on, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
He was like,
it's not that serious.
He was like, come on. And me, I go into a panic.
No, you can't panic. You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
You know, thanks be to God I work in the movie industry, because if you don't know how to pivot, you will sink and die. It's always a change. It's always something that's not right. It's Murphy's Law all day. You know, so you have to learn how to just be okay with the waves and ride them, and just don't let it take the best of you. Because you can do you. Who cares? The message still got out there. People are still blessed. It is what it is, right?
Yeah, yeah. I tell you, that is something that I think that a lot of us need to practice. And when I say a lot of us, talking about me. Get to a point that not stress over the things.
Don't
it's
stress.
It's not even that serious.
It's so not.
One of the things that I was talking to an individual today, and I was really in my feelings, because I feel like people are not taking life real serious. We're taking it for granted. here
Mm-hmm.
at my age now, I'm blessed every time I wake up,
Mm-hmm.
and I be like, oh man, this is opportunity, another opportunity for me to
Mm-hmm.
be able to achieve my goals in life or whatever.
Yeah.
But then I start stressing if things don't go well,
Mm-hmm.
or I didn't achieve certain goals. But
Yeah.
I realize I have a very, very good individual who I speak to on a daily basis. Two, actually, I got two gentlemen that I speak to,
Okay.
and one of them always stressed to me. He said, "Rodney, don't worry about the things that you don't have no control over."
Nope.
He said, "Just let it go."
Let it go.
He said, "Because it'll work its own self out."
And it always
And it
does.
always does. One of the
Mm-hmm.
things that I can say about my wife, and when it comes to faith, my wife is really, really strong on faith, and
Mm-hmm.
she, just like I said the other day, something happened. I was worried about something. I
Mm-hmm.
thought I'm gonna tell you something. Boy, when you give God His glory and praise, I'm gonna tell you this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I told my wife, I said, I'm worried about a little situation, and my wife said, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And I just looked at her because she's so calm about it. I thought she had some surprise or something for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, don't worry about it. And then I kind of just let it go. And then another person became a blessing to me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
I was screaming in my heart, glory, hallelujah. I
Yeah.
was just, thank you, Lord, because
Yeah.
it's no way that was a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
See, this person talked to me and said it was God who talked
It's
to them.
all it
He
was
was telling them
God.
to step out and do something.
Yeah.
And it was just so crazy that
Mm.
it all worked out like that.
Yeah.
So my message to someone out there, I want to tell you is this: uh, trust and believe in the Holy Spirit. Trust and believe in a higher being. If you can call him whatever you want to call him, I
Yeah.
call him Yah, Yahshua. Let me tell you something. When you trust and believe, He'll always come through.
Always.
No matter how many trials and tribulations in your life you have to endure, He will come through.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I can sit and say this, even though I still have a long way to go with getting things under
Mm.
control. Like you
Yeah.
said, when the thing that took place, it's not that serious for me to panic.
Yeah.
When
Mm-mm.
what could it be serious to panic is not having no food or a roof over my head
That's
or not
it.
a job or, some things, even like this. My mom passed away last year,
Mm-hmm. I'm
and
so sorry to hear that.
I've been in this transition within my life,
Yeah.
seeing things at a different perspective.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I realized was that during the time she transitioned, I was also blessed. See, my mother
Mm.
was 92 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was 63.
Mm.
So some people didn't even get a chance to even meet their mother.
Mm-hmm.
Some people had their mother just for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years,
Mm-hmm.
10 years. I had it for 63,
You had it for 63. And
which
my
was a
mom
blessing.
just died last year. And she was 79. My
Man,
angel. Yeah.
and that's something that a lot of people, when we talk about experiencing these things, um, I never knew what it was like until I had that. So I said all that to say that
Mm-hmm.
during my transition right now, the things that I'm having to deal with right now, I'm
Mm-hmm.
also having to trust and believe that Yah
Got
has
to.
He has it all planned out.
You have got to trust, and you have to just, when you lose a parent, you lose, of course, you lose a part of you, right?
Yeah,
But when you focus on the good of the parent, that they instill all these beautiful gifts, they gave you all of these beautiful blessings, they left such a beautiful memory. And that's what keeps me going with my mom. I don't get I don't get sad or anything like that because she's with God. That's where I want to go, right? So why am I get mad, right? But I look at myself and I say, "Oh, I look like my mom," and I look at how I do things, and the beautiful part of me is my mom. My dad put some things in me. He taught me how to be responsible, how to take care of things, and how to, just show up on time, a great work ethic and all of that good stuff. Keep your word. Your word is all you got. Black man ain't got nothing if he ain't got his word. That's my dad. But my mom was very nurturing, very loving, very artistic. And that's what I am.
Do you have a lot of brothers and sisters?
I had one brother and I had one sister. And to be honest, we don't even talk that much. We don't.
Mm.
We don't. They don't agree with my life. Certain things that I do in my personal life, they don't agree with, that's why I say we gotta stop judging.
Yeah.
Because God uses everyone. He used everyone. You look in the Bible, they're all jacked up.
Yeah. But you know, that's one thing that I've come to realize. Who, and I will put it like, who are you to judge me? Who am I to judge you?
Ye without sin cast the first stone.
So,
Can't nobody throw no stones.
and you know one of the things that really bother me, a lot of the times that the people that judge you have so many skeletons in their closet, so much trauma.
Yeah.
You know when they said misery love company?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it does.
It does.
It does. And they don't like a light. And I believe when I walk in a room, I'm a light.
Yeah.
So I see a lot of people that don't like that light, but it's okay. It's okay. Life still goes on.
Yeah.
I'm good. You know, as long as God knows me, He knows my heart.
Yeah.
And I am everything He says I am, not what you say I am.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Again, to the guests out there, this is People to People with Rodney Grimes. My guest here is Delicia. I'm pronounce your name properly.
Delicia Ennis. Yeah.
She's a beautiful, beautiful queen that is always, from the time that I met her, have a good spirit. When she walks up, she's always smiling and just she has a spirit of giving. But it was such a blessing for you to volunteer, even though I wanted you here.
Absolutely.
You know, for you to say, okay, I will take the time to come up.
Absolutely.
Because where you came from ain't no hop, skip, and a jump.
It's okay.
It's a little ride.
It's all right.
But I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
You know, and we still got about a good 20 minutes, so I ain't getting ready to get rid of you.
Hey, look, I'm here for the long haul. Whatever you want, whatever you want to ask me, I'm an open book. I'm very transparent. I believe that everything I've gone through is to help others. I never look at any of my trials as about me. None of it is about me.
Okay, but you mentioned also about working with the movies.
Yes.
Okay, I tell you what. I know I ain't supposed to go here.
What's up?
What's up with this? What you think is going on with the music industry right now and all that? How you feel about that? Because you know we getting ready. It's getting ready to get buck wild.
Yeah. Because I always believe that when you're an artist, you speak to millions and multiple people, right? And the music industry is an art industry, and they deliver a message. Now you have to be able to be trusted to deliver a good message to God's people. And if you're not, He's going to call you out. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Yeah. You know, and if you're delivering a good message and if you're living by His word and by His divine order, then you will prevail. You will do whatever you need to do to come back on top and be able to deliver His message. But He's our Father. So He's got to discipline us. Yeah. No parent does not discipline his child. Right. So they're His children. And I believe that the music industry, I believe it's going to clean itself up with all of this exposure, all of this foolishness. And I believe that it's going to be some real people that deserve to be in those seats that can deliver a huge message to a multitude of people. Yeah. You know, we can't use our voice to speak so loud to so many people in the wrong way. Yeah. We have to show the example of how God wants us to live our life. And that's how He blesses us. Mm-hmm. If we show people how He blesses us and we're a witness, because humans need to stick their finger in the wound, right? So if we are the witness, then we need to do what we have to do to represent Him. We work for God. We don't work for ourselves. Right. You know, we're His employees, we're His children, and we have to represent Him well. And if you don't represent Him well, He's going to deal with you. And that's one of the things that I'm looking at right now, just getting ready to happen. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't understand what's in the dark are coming to light. Always. So you can look at a lot of people who think they're living large and doing this and that, but eventually, whatever they did wrong, it'll catch them. Yeah. And so that's why I try to be very conscious about how I go about treating people. Mm-hmm. I'd like to treat people with kindness and respect.
I
Yeah,
try not to do dirty things to other people because I know you reap what you sow.
absolutely.
Looking at the music industry and I'm looking at what's getting ready to happen.
Yeah.
The sad part about it is that um, it's not going to be just a white and black thing. You know that, right?
No, no, it's
It's
not.
going to be a moral thing.
Yeah, yeah, because like we all know, we living in the last days. We say that all the time. We live in the last days, and we have to go through. God has to expose you, clean you up, and then bring you back out. He has to use us for a testimony. When you go through trials, you are just that is exactly what you're doing. You're being used as a testimony. So whoever is going through what they're going through right now, hopefully they're taking heed to the lesson and they're going to get it, and then they're going to be able to turn it around. Nothing is doomed.
Yeah.
You can turn it all around. You can use the bad for his glory.
Yeah.
6 years ago, I was in prison. I was locked up because I had a club and I had to take a charge for people doing illegal activity in my club. I have that background, but guess what? Who am I now? I'm not who I was then.
Come on now. So
I'm not who I
I would
was
have never
then. You
known
wouldn't have
that.
never known that, right? But see, God gives you an opportunity. So when to change, to see him who he is, and know
Come
he got
on.
the first and the last say. So when I'm laying in that jail cell, I said, God, what do you want me to do with this information?
Mm-hmm.
While everybody else going crazy, I'm just talking to God one on one. I'm like, look, tell me what you need me to do, because this ain't for me.
Wait, let me tell you something that I'm really excited about. Now that
Mhm.
you just shared that. See, a lot of times people think that I would prep a person, and I didn't ask you nothing.
No, I'm an open book.
Right. But what I don't do when I do an interview, and anybody who come on on the podcast,
Mhm.
what they don't know is that I will not ask anything personal. I
Right.
let you talk about what you want to talk about.
Absolutely.
For you to share that, there's no way that I, with your personality and your heart, could have known that you spent any time behind bars.
I did. I did. And I didn't blame anybody for it, because when I had the club, I full well knew that it could have gone wrong. I mean, even though I had to leave for a medical situation with my daughter, that's why I had to step away. But I knew leaving it in somebody else's hands, they weren't going to take care of it. But I took a chance. Got dealt with. God spanked my hind parts, told me you need to do better, change this for his good. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I saw the stigmatism of people in prison. Like, people get released from prison, they serve their time, but they still serve their time when they get out, because we don't forgive them. We don't give them another chance. We don't see that they can do better. We only see, oh, they served 20 years behind bars. Well, you served 20 years out here and you still jacked up. You should have been behind bars. Right. How about that?
And how about this? A lot of people that be the ones who pass in a judgment, but looking at you, pointing a finger when they're actually doing the negative things they've been doing for years and still doing.
They just ain't get caught yet. I got caught. And
Yeah.
thank God I got caught. I'm thankful I got caught. I had a stroke last year. I'm thankful for the stroke. You know why? Because I learned in it. I had an opportunity to sit my hind parts down and learn and put everything in perspective and still give God the glory in the midst of that storm. It's all about how you show up.
Yeah.
So people see me now, they're like, oh, wow, D, you look so great. You don't look like you had a stroke at all. But that's God. Because I had no therapy. And I was totally, totally paralyzed. I had a massive stroke. I had no therapy. My therapy was God. Period. Period. I pushed myself to do hair again. I pushed myself to walk again. I pushed myself. You see me do it.
Yeah.
Because that's not me. I'm not no. That stroke was to teach other people who watching me go through it, to see that if I went through that, they can go through that. And I had so many things happen at the same time. My mother just died, stroke. I had a failed marriage. I had all that stuff in 1 month. Where someone would have broken and fallen and still trying to pick themselves up, I knew that he was setting me up for my testimony. I knew I had to give him the glory, and that's all he wanted. And I said, okay, God, I got you. I'm going to be your witness. I'm going to show people that even though you go through all of this, that is not who you are, and that does not define you. And people need to learn from it instead of judge you. What's tea for you is testimony for me, right?
Yeah. And that's the Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other thing that I find that when I interview people, I think God got something really, really extraordinary planned. And not think, I know He does, coming down the road, because everybody that I bring on the podcast has a testimony to share
Mm-hmm.
on how God has changed their life.
Mm-hmm.
And so, uh, as some of the people that I know, that, as I tell people who got $1 million problems.
Yeah.
People who got 50 million, they got $50 million problems. People who got 100,000, they got $100,000 problems.
Yeah.
And then you got people who got $100 problems, $5 problems, $1 problems.
That part.
You know,
Yeah.
but problems are problems.
A problem is a problem.
So that don't make nobody above you.
Nope.
Nor beneath you.
Nope.
When we move, we just move with the grace of God. So I said that to say this, that many times when I have individuals come on, I got a gentleman that I'm scheduled to have lined up to come on. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. We talked on the phone. His name, Tim Duckett.
Mm-hmm.
I actually grew up with him. He was a friend of mine growing up, you know, and real nice guy. And I just happened to see him on Facebook the other day, and he was singing and doing the Lord's singing and rapping, and it intrigued me. Wow. And I called him, and he was an inspiration just in that short time talking to him, because him and I did have a very good friendship. It wasn't a long friendship, meaning, when I say long, we didn't spend a lot of time running the streets together. But when we did, we had a very, very good relationship. And so he was just telling me the other day, you know, some of the things that he had to endure. That's why I can't wait to get him on here to talk about it, because he only can do is just give God the grace and glory.
All the glory.
And I was like, all right, here we go again. Another person that's going to come on and give a testimony and say, yo, you just got to trust and believe.
That's it. You just got to trust and believe. That's literally all you have to do.
So a lot of people who know about the program, let me say this to you. I'm going to tell you. People to People is a podcast for the people. We say you have a voice and a choice. It's up to you. You can come on and talk about your book. You can come on and talk about your program, your business. You can bring your children on here. If your child is getting good grades, I want to interview them. I want to talk about what makes their life turn and what makes them smile, and what is it that we could do to give them some positive energy. I'm interested in doing that. Also, you got to come together in communities. In order for, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to keep a family together. Absolutely. So a lot of times when you say the village, it doesn't mean that it's right in one area.
Oh no.
You know, it could be from another country,
all over,
or down a block, or 10 miles away, like our relationship. Absolutely. You know, and I just really, just after sitting here with you, and I've been in, I'm gonna tell y'all something. So I'm not gonna open a can of worms, but I can tell you, I was in a situation where she was having a good time, right? I had the best time. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Sweetheart, let me tell you something. Yeah. When I met some people, yeah, that are beautiful. Absolutely. You understand? Absolutely. That was just, it was, the environment was so relaxing and safe. Come on. And safe. And I couldn't wait to get home to tell my wife. So I was around a group of individuals that was celebrating life. That's but doing it. Oh, it was, and it was so inviting that it was almost like a drug to me. Yeah, yeah. And it's beautiful. So it's beautiful. Again, you know, every time I think about you, I think about that moment. Well, there are many more moments like that to come with me. Okay. Well, that's one thing about me. I love to party. I love to enjoy life. I love to live life like it's my everyday, like it's my last day. And that's what I saw that day. You know, and I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I'm going to say this. So you hired me, to do some work. Yes. And you called me and you was like, where are you? And I don't know what, something was going, it just wasn't going the way it was supposed to be. And so I was like, okay, I'm on my way. And when I got there, your energy was, you're here now. Yeah. Okay. Handle your business. Yeah. No negative energy. No nothing. And then I had the opportunity to meet your daughter.
Yes.
And who's a sweetheart.
Absolutely. She's so beautiful.
Yeah. And then your partner, oh,
yeah,
come on now.
She's so beautiful too.
You know, everybody was like, it almost made me feel like they already knew me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I love about the LGBT community. I just love the love. They love just because God gave them breath to love. You know what I'm saying? And it's so beautiful. If people stayed out of our bedroom and just looked at our heart, they would really be okay. They really would, because it ain't that exciting all the time in the bedroom anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, not about that. It's not about that. It's about a partnership. And that's one thing I like to say about my partner. I was with her for 25 years. And she's been amazing every day of those 25 years. I left her for what people thought about me. I said, well, if I get with a man, then maybe they'll accept me. Well, guess what? That didn't happen. That didn't happen. You know, and my family never accepted it. But they did accept me when I was with a transgender that looked like a man and they didn't know it was a man, and whoop-de-doo. Now they know it was a man and they still okay with it. But it wasn't. You know, it was trying to fake just to be accepted. And I was like, you know what, this person right here is amazing. It's been amazing every day for 25 years. What was wrong with me to leave? Why did I let the world dictate my life? You know, I was miserable for the 7 years we weren't together. And now I'm so happy. Inside, outside, every day is a beautiful day. And it's all about a partner that can meet you where you at. And my partner brings just as much to the table as I do, so we can grow. We ain't got to struggle. We can grow together. And she's a dreamer and a believer in me. So all of my weird, crazy, high, harebrained schemes of saving the world, she's all in. She don't even ask questions. All right, who you want to save now? Because that's how it is with me. Like, let's save this person. Let's pick up this squirrel off the corner. I mean, I'm just like that. And she's like, okay, let's do it. Not no, well, I don't know if we can afford. No, she never says it. She said, let's do it. Let's trust God and let's do
it. I've had the journey that I've been in 3 different marriages. Mm-hmm. A lot of times I don't even know how to say it, because I don't mean no disrespect to the 2 women that I was married to before the wife that I'm with now. Mm-hmm. So I want people to understand when I break this down. When I say this is my first marriage, it has nothing to do against my children's mothers. Right. Reason why I say it's my first marriage is because it's the first time that I'm at a point to take responsibility. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's different now.
It's different now.
Yeah.
I wish it had been different for the first marriage.
No, we gotta learn.
You gotta learn.
You gotta go through your learning.
So I say that. I know a lot of people saying, oh man, and they thinking then when I say, oh yeah, this is my first marriage, whatever. It has nothing to do with the other side. It's all about me growing. Yeah. You know,
it starts and ends with you. And that was my problem. I was so busy blaming her. Yeah. And then one day I just said, all right, God, reveal me, because I don't think I did anything wrong. I just think it was all about her. And when he revealed me to me, I did not like what I saw. I was like, ew, you are horrible. And I had to peel the layers off, and I had to take accountability for my actions. I had to be vulnerable. Mm-hmm. I had to be vulnerable. I had to live my life vulnerable, and I had to open myself up so that I could heal. Keeping all these secrets and and holding stuff in, that wasn't no way to live. It wasn't. So I had to do it, and it's different now. The love is different now. I see her differently. I wanted her to see me, or to see me. You never see me. Now I see her.
Yeah. I didn't understand. When people say, I see you, I now would know what it means.
I see you. I see you. I really see you. Whether good or bad, I see you. Yeah. Yes. I love seeing people. I love seeing people. And I love it when I see them, because I've always asked God for clarity and vision. Yeah. I just needed to know. Yeah. I need to know who I'm doing work with. And I don't care how big the deal is. I don't care how much I love the person. I don't care how much all of this blah, blah, blah. I always ask God, if it's for me, let it be. If it's not, take it away. And I'm okay with how you do it.
Yeah. And you know, one of the things that I realized in my journey, it's not for me to look back to crucify anybody about the mistakes I made.
Yeah.
I accept the situation as is. And I move forward trying to make it better for tomorrow. So that is where I am today. See, I now know how to be a husband. I didn't know how to be one.
And now I know how to be a wife.
So, you know, and when you know,
you know.
And now you get to a point where it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Every day is beautiful.
Do you know what I told my wife sometimes? How can I love you more today than I did yesterday? Because I do. And she looks at me, she got a smile or whatever, but she don't know that sometimes it was even a day at one point, I wanted to just tell her, say, babe, I can't, I don't know how it is. How can I love you more than I loved yesterday?
Isn't that beautiful?
And it's like it's still building.
Yes.
You know?
It's still building.
It's still building.
And your wife is so beautiful. I love her.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. A lot of people can talk about our situation. They can call it fake or whatever. Ain't nothing fake about it.
And who cares what people say? Because it ain't none of your business.
You know, but you know,
I don't care what they say.
Yeah, I that's me. I know the person that crawled in the bed with me when I had COVID. Yeah. I know the person that when I didn't have enough to have 2 sandwiches, split the sandwich down the middle.
That part.
I know the person that when I cry because I don't have no money, that they come and say, baby, don't worry, you my honey.
I got you. That's it. That's it.
Like,
that's it. It's about who shows up for you. And that's what I love about my partner, because when I had the stroke and my partner had left me that I was with, she came right in. She didn't make me feel no kind of way. She just said, let's get you ready that he could get back out there. Let's get you healed. And she took care of me. She bathed me. She fed me. She helped me walk. She got me to my doctor's appointments. She did everything I needed her to do. Anything that I would ever ask any partner to do, she just jumped right in and did it with no judgment.
She's a sweetheart because I met her.
Oh, she's so sweet. Yeah,
she a dog.
She is a heart of gold, and it's never changed.
Yeah.
Never
I just want to say to the public, you know, don't be so judgmental on people if you never read the book.
No.
Don't judge the cover.
Don't do it.
Because sometimes the cover look real beautiful, and then you get inside and it's a disaster in the story.
A whole disaster.
But then you'll get the book that just have just a plain little something on the cover, and you get in there and it's a beautiful love story. It's a blessing in there for you that God has got something prepared for you to help you become what He wants you to be.
What He wants you to be. And you know, my partner is so forgiving. So she exhibits the whole meaning of forgiveness, because she forgave me for everything I put her through. And then we started back over, and I never had to go back there again. She never threw it up in my face. She never said, I told you so. She just jumped right in. She said, I love you and I pray for you to come back, and here you go and let's do it. Mm-hmm. Period. You know, and then we have a partnership. We're building together. We are building. It's not, no, it's mine, it's yours, it's this, it's that. It's what I can do to make us better. Both of us. We both look at each other like that. And then we can have those hot dogs and those fork and bean days. Mm-hmm. We split that meal down the middle, ate it, and just as happy. And nobody gets it. But that's okay. They ain't supposed to. God gets it. Yeah. He knows why He put us together for that partnership. Because together we are housing people, His people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So He put that partnership for a whole nother reason. People need to really get out of the whole stigmatism of this and that, and you're gay, you're this, you're that. Look at why those people are together. Look and see what they're doing together. Look how they blessing people together. It ain't about that. It's about a whole nother purpose.
Me personally, again, I think that love is blind.
Yeah.
And when you love someone, nobody else can tell you what it feels like when you say, I see you.
I see you.
And so you got many, many people who consider themselves to be living the proper life by society, as they say, judging you.
Right.
To find out that behind closed doors, they are maniacs.
It's miserable. It's
and unhappy.
Unhappy. It's toxic.
Yeah.
It's all about what people see on the outside. You know, it's all about what you're doing on the inside. It's all about what you're pushing out there. What legacy are you leaving? Are you leaving a fake toxic legacy, or are you really leaving a beautiful growing legacy? Mm-hmm. Now, when me and my partner are all gone off this earth, when that happens, at least we know that we left something behind. We left hope behind. Yeah. We left peace behind. Yeah. We left an example of forgiveness and love and understanding and validation of your partner. Mm-hmm. Accepting your partner for who they are and where they're at. Yeah.
Now that you have talked about some things, it was celebrating her birthday.
Yeah.
I could have took 20 of them individuals in.
And she just celebrated her 65th birthday, and that was beautiful. It was a luau. Okay. It was so beautiful. It was beautiful. Yeah. And we had such a good time.
So I'm just saying, I met so many nice people.
Yes.
And when I say this, I could have stuck a few of them in my pocket.
I know.
And so, again, I just want to, give glory and praise. I tell you, you're a doll, baby.
Thank you.
I see you.
I see you.
And, and I really thank you. We get ready to run out of time. Okay. I just want you to know that you're welcome anytime to come. Call me. You want to talk about, you want to bring some guests, you find somebody that we want to talk about, they want to share their experience. Sure. You hit me up. We make it happen.
I will.
I want you to look into the camera over there, and I want you to tell them how to get in touch with you one more time.
Okay.
And then we're going to shut it down.
Okay. You can call me at 301-821-1100, or you can email me at Delicia@mdrrc.org. Anytime you want. I don't even go to sleep, seems like, but anytime you want. Email me, text me, whatever you need to do. 301-821-1100. Delicia@mdrrc.org.
And what's the name of the organization again?
It's called Maryland Reentry Resource Center, and we will do anything for you, literally anything for you. So please just give us a call. Come check us out. We got you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. That's going to be our show. We really want to tell you that we appreciate you. And don't forget the Cash App for People to People is the $RG1960. Let me tell you something. It's not all about me. It's not all about you, but it is about us and God we trust. I love you. Peace and blessings. I love you,
Peace and blessings. Love you too, sweetie.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
It's People to People, the People podcast of the DMV. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about we and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z. PTP.